Generally speaking, Genshin Impact has been a good game to come back to, as you feel like you often don't miss much when you're away. Sure, there are limited time events here and there, but when a game introduces something like, say, Dragonspine Mountain, even if you miss some live quests there, you can still explore the region later at your leisure. But now Genshin Impact is taking things a bit too far with its temporary, live service content. Currently, the game has introduced the Midsummer Island Adventure event, which takes a huge chunk of the cast, Clay, Barbara, Lisa, Razor, Albedo, Kaea, Diluwich the Traveler and Paimon to the Golden Apple Archipelago, a mystery chain of islands that appears and disappears in the distant sea. It's its own zone, not attached to the existing map, but it is a sprawling space, a chain of 6 to 7 large islands and at least a dozen smaller ones, full of places to explore, mysteries to uncover and rewards to earn. And it's all about to self-destruct in a month or so. First, we have the story quest itself. Right now, the game has a timer that says that the currently available quests will be going away in just 12 days, meaning this entire, very engaging story quest will only be available for players for just over 2 weeks in total, it seems. But it's not just that quest, the entire zone seems to have an end date as well, and it will only exist in this patch and this patch alone, unless it's brought back later for some sort of yearly event. The timer there says we only have 35 more days with the island chain before it vanishes. This is a lot different than what they did with Dragonspine, where that mountain was a permanent addition to the map. And this reminds me of what another live service, Destiny 2, used to do with deleting content at the end of every 3-month season. But here, this is even more accelerated. The quest is barely live for 2 weeks and the entire zone is barely around for a month, despite being a huge new space, larger than Dragonspine in total landmass, and the biggest the game has added since launch. I just don't want this to become a regular trend. FOMO, the fear of missing out, in live games can already be an irritant that makes many not want to play them at all, but deleting content of this scale is a bad precedent. While I know they won't do this with like Inazuma, I would rather not see these live for this patch only events of this scale continue in the future. It's not good for the game, it's not good for players, something other titles have already figured out. This is really good content, and I suggest that if you've been away for Genshin Impact for a while that you play it, because it seems like you're never going to get another chance. Follow me on Twitter, YouTube, Facebook and Instagram. Subscribe to my free weekly content roundup newsletter, God Rolls. Pick up my sci-fi novels The Heracula series, and the Earthborn trilogy, which is also on audiobook.